In a post-reality world, AI accusations appear in the comments under any video or photo online, no matter how ordinary it is. "I miss when these weren't AI," says one TikTok user under a video of glass bottles rolling down a flight of steps. "I better not find out this is AI," says another commenter under a clip of professional ice skaters performing a routine. Paranoid comments like these are not reserved for real footage. In fact, videos made with CGI receive the bulk of false AI accusations on social media. Pixar's comment section is now flooded with TikTok users accusing the studio that pioneered 3D animation of generating their new movie trailers with AI. These videos look identical to content posted years before AI slop flooded the internet, but people's reactions to them have changed radically. Improvements in AI technology have warped our perception of the media we encounter. Now that content generated with AI looks similar to human-produced content, it's increasingly difficult to guess how any given video was produced. Things used to look like AI, but now everything does. And the AI paranoia that stems from this confusion highlights the growing disconnect between the technology and creators that produce videos and those who passively watch them. Your average person knows little about video production or generative AI, and with limited knowledge, they are left to guess how a video they encounter online was made. When a layperson comes across a video made with professional equipment or advanced technology, they have a very limited vocabulary to describe the techniques behind it. Before realistic AI videos went mainstream, people lumped most posts on social media into a handful of groups: real videos, photoshopped ones, or CGI videos. Despite the imprecise terminology, these categories described methods of video production with some degree of accuracy. Unfortunately, the advent of generative AI content has seemingly caused everyone to forget about other methods of producing videos, such as computer animation and compositing, aka Photoshop. As of 2026, most popular videos online are real, and the ones that aren't use digital trickery that has existed in some form for decades, and not newfangled AI nonsense. Few seem to know that surprisingly little has changed in the world of video production and content creation in the past 5 years, and this is especially true in the realm of professional video production. AI video tools are not commonly used by professionals because they're uncontrollable. They're a black box, and once a video is generated, there's no automated way to modify the output without sending it back into the mystery machine again and hoping for the best. Today, most things that can be filmed for real are captured with actual cameras, and images that are not captured in real life are often made with CGI, like this shark, which is an animated clip from a stock footage website. I thought it would be a great way to bring up Surfshark VPN, the sponsor of this video. It's tax season, which means I have to sort through a year's worth of financial transactions because who needs a bookkeeper? They're expensive. When on the go and accessing bank accounts and other personal information on public Wi-Fi, Surfshark adds a layer of protection between you and hackers trying to steal your data by encrypting all your internet traffic. This is why Surfshark is a must for travelers, especially when going to countries where certain websites, content, or features are restricted or unavailable. Surfshark allows you to change your virtual location to your home country or countless other countries so you can avoid these problems when you're abroad. They have over 4,500 servers in 100 countries, so you can always virtually be at home no matter where you go. You can get Surfshark on all your devices, and it's more than just a VPN. It has many useful tools built in, including an antivirus to check your device in real time for any malicious files that you might accidentally download. Go to surfshark.com/RobertTolpe or use code RobertTolpe at checkout to get 4 extra months of Surfshark VPN. You can also scan this QR code on screen. If you're not loving the added security Surfshark offers, no sweat. They have a 30-day money-back guarantee. Anyways, back to the video. Despite AI tools rarely being used to create anything other than Facebook and YouTube Shorts slop, TikTok users especially are convinced that a significant numbers of videos they encounter are made with AI. Advertisements face the most AI accusations out of all videos on the platform, and for good reason. Because brands tend to use expensive camera equipment and CGI wizardry in their ads, few understand how campaigns we encounter all the time on social media are created. AI-generated is a convenient catch-all term for consumers to explain how any ad they see online was made, and to further complicate things, AI is actually used in some advertisements. Huge companies including Booking.com, DoorDash, and Coca-Cola have experimented with generative AI in their advertisements. This has resulted in backlash from consumers, and other companies who don't widely use AI have been caught in the crossfire. Lindt, the chocolate company, hired 3D artists and maybe some product videographers to create this short TikTok ad that shows zero hallmarks of AI-generated video. The imagery seen in their ad looks identical to chocolate commercials made years before generative AI was invented. Here's an old example from a 2014 demo reel for a now defunct computer program called RealFlow, which was responsible for many CGI fluid simulations in the 2000s. The public has seen these kinds of chocolate commercials for over a decade, but now that generative AI is everywhere, people flip out and accuse companies of using AI when little has changed behind the scenes. The software may have evolved, but as someone with a background in 3D art, I assure you that the techniques artists use now to make these commercials are pretty much the same, even though today's tools are much more powerful. When analyzing the content of the Lindt ad, there is no evidence of AI use, but others don't draw their conclusions from evidence. Some commenters insist it's made with AI based on vibes, and when interrogated by other commenters, they grasp at straws to back their claims up, pointing out anomalies that aren't even there. Stable diffusion is easy to spot, says one TikTok user, implying that there are hallmarks of that popular AI model present in the video. The crumbs have rapidly changing textures and vibrate weird. It's AI, decries another commenter. I certainly don't see any signs that stable diffusion was used, nor do I see the vibrating crumbs the other commenter mentioned. Encountering these comments makes me feel strange, as if I'm the only person not afflicted by some form of mass psychosis. It's worth noting that there is currently no reliable way to detect AI-generated media other than using tools such as Google's Synth ID to identify invisible watermarks baked into some AI-generated images and videos. These watermarks are essential because most new AI models have ironed out the obvious errors that made AI videos easy to detect. All of these models are created with the ultimate goal of generating synthetic videos that look indistinguishable from the real videos in their training data that overrepresents professionally made videos. This is the main reason why people have begun to associate the polished, commercially viable look with AI-generated content. Models including Google's VO3 have many stock videos in their dataset, so when prompted to generate, for instance, a woman in a collared shirt in front of a window, they output a video like this one. This clip is not AI-generated though. It features a real model as part of a series of stock videos available to anyone with a Storyblocks subscription. Although it's real, it kind of looks like AI because it has a blurry background and professional lighting. Because a lot of AI content has this stock footage look to it, videography enthusiasts have come under attack on social media for so-called blatant use of AI. This video by Jeremy Carrasco reports on how one baker who films her videos with professional cameras and lighting faces constant negative comments about AI use simply because her posts look polished. And other accounts that feature entirely AI content receive more views despite putting no work into their videos. Jeremy's page is dedicated to telling apart real videos from AI ones, but funny enough, his video meant to differentiate these two TikTok pages shows just how similar these food videos are. On first watch, there is no easy way to tell them apart without zooming in on the small details the AI glossed over. Because AI technology has come so far, it's no longer possible for him to inform viewers of reliable ways to identify AI content. In fact, Jeremy has had to take down some of his videos in the past because they featured real footage that he claimed was AI due to small inconsistencies he thought he saw in them. Thus, even the most observant among us cannot rely on our eyes alone. AI has only gotten as good as it is now because it is cheating. Big tech has fed these models footage from pretty much every video on the internet, plus most movies and TV shows, and their tools can only generate comparable content because they stole the work of videographers and artists. With few recent breakthroughs in generative AI, advancements have begun to stagnate, even though you'll never hear that in press releases from mega corporations. If you were terrified when Google's Nano Banana Pro was released to the world and could seemingly generate images with unparalleled accuracy, don't be alarmed at all if you're an artist or photographer. The underlying technology is still horrible and prone to errors, and the so-called advancement Google made was to give it an internet connection to go online and check its work and regenerate parts of an image that it couldn't correctly synthesize. This is why it takes so long for it to make images. While Google does not reveal its secret sauce, I'd love to see them demo their model with no internet connection. I'm sure it would fail miserably in some cases if it couldn't look at other people's homework and change it a little so nobody notices. There are many fundamental issues with current generative AI models that may take years to address, and it's holding marketing agencies and movie studios back from using these tools. Though the employment of videographers and artists is not meaningfully threatened by these models in the short term, the legitimacy of their work absolutely is. AI accusations harm industry professionals and devalue their work. Though most reasonable people don't immediately claim all professionally produced videos look like AI, the public has developed an increasingly unfavorable view of videos made with computer animation. Watching an entire comment section become incensed about alleged AI use in a 3D animated ad for a Monopoly mobile game makes me terrified for the future of 3D art as a medium. Seeing the work of talented industry professionals be dismissed as AI hits too close to home, as I have faced AI accusations for my own work as a 3D artist. I made a silly video a while back claiming to have purchased a Disney animatronic off eBay, and obviously I just faked it with CGI. It didn't look 100% real, so I received many comments claiming that the video was AI generated when it wasn't. I spent 2 weeks sculpting this character out of a digital ball of clay and painting her with virtual paintbrushes before attaching the 3D model to a movable skeleton and animating her frame by frame. Not gonna lie, I was quite angry that people thought I made the video in 2 seconds with an AI video generator. This confusion extends far deeper than mistaking CGI videos for AI generated videos though. When people who mistook my video for AI were corrected by others in my comment section, they doubled down on their mistake. They claimed CGI is the same technology as generative AI, which isn't true. CGI is computer-assisted art made from the ground up by humans. 3D artists have the difficult job of creating realistic images out of millions of small triangles puppeteered across a screen. CGI relies on basic geometry, not AI sorcery, which is why early computer graphics looked very geometric, with triangles so prominent they could poke your eye out. CGI is far more advanced today, able to render 10,000 times more triangles than computers could in the 90s. Lighting and reflections in today's CGI videos are now photorealistic, as modern render engines physically simulate the real-world properties of light. This technology has become just as mysterious to ordinary people as AI. Because it's difficult for veteran 3D artists to explain every aspect of their profession, civilians are gonna have to sit this discussion out. It's insulting to call the work of already underpaid industry professionals AI generated because it further undervalues an artistic medium people dunk on every day while knowing nothing about it. It's especially infuriating to receive AI accusations when the words AI generated are culturally synonymous with terrible slop. This last point hints at a moral panic that big tech has unleashed upon us all merely to inflate the valuation of their companies. Thanks to ill-informed narratives, the public has become afraid of AI, which is portrayed as all-powerful and threatening when in reality the technology is pretty lame. It is also extremely unprofitable, and the tangible harm AI is inflicting in the form of carbon emissions and copyright infringement will be less acute once companies run out of investor money and abandon their plans for new data centers. This overestimation of the threat AI poses would explain the paranoia and outrage in many comment sections, displaying a level of vitriol that is in no way proportional to the mere existence of a random potentially AI-generated video. I wish the public would get that mad at the right individuals, the architects of this AI bubble that's currently poised to tank the economy after poisoning the air and water of entire communities. Resistance involves being informed and listening to artists and videographers, not attacking them as part of a witch hunt. If you see a video that you think is AI, think carefully before you comment because your instinct may be wrong. This is not about being polite, this is about being rational and objective. Unless a person in the video has 7 fingers, you're likely making a snap judgment based on vibes. It's okay to claim a video isn't real if it's very obvious or unverifiable. It may even be appropriate to speculate about AI use as long as you're upfront about your uncertainty, but confidently making entirely unsupported claims that something isn't real and doubling down on it is dangerous. Too many people dismiss real videos as AI generated based on their preconceived notions of what's true, allowing them to live in a reality that's more convenient for them and others who share their beliefs. Proper regulations that require detectable AI watermarks on all generated content are vital to stop reality from crumbling, but our government is failing us. When institutions there to protect us do nothing, it's our responsibility to be very careful with our words, lest we make things much, much worse. Anyways, I'm Robert Tolpe, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I hope you have a great week. Bye-bye!